Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert Adam Duran answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
How is your week going?
Going great.
Yeah.
Even with kind of poor weather today. You know that in California,
Cold, hot, rainy, sunny, doesn't matter to you.
No, I'm always
Internet does not care.
Yeah, as long as the internet's going, we're good.
Exactly.
All right.
What are we talking about today?
All right. Today, if you're like most business owners, you are inundated with spam, right? Tons and tons of spam. How somebody can give you links, how they can improve your SEO, how they can sell you Viagra. I don't know. There's a ton of spam. Now, one of these links. Yes, Jamie.
Real quick, every time we try and do an email list, we get, sorry, you can't send it out unless you have everyone's permission to opt in. And yet I was like, really? Because I have 500. Anyway, so.
All right. So first, that's the difference between emails and spam. Spam is unwanted. So the emails that you're talking about are people who have subscribed, right? So those ones, they have an unsubscribe at the bottom. Spam doesn't. Most of the time you can tell it's spam because it's from a Gmail address because, Google does not care. But anyway, this specific spam is what I wanted to talk about today. And that is ones that we've seen, some of our clients have sent them to us, where it's a blackmail spam email. And what it's asking for, it first says, hello, sirs. And then it says, hey, we would love for you to put a link on your site. And then please do so. And then a couple days later, or even in that same email, it will say, if you don't do that, we are going to put up 1 million toxic links to your site. So that way your site will tank on Google.
That sounds horrible. And
yes.
I don't even know, who do you yell at?
Yeah. So that's called Blackmail SEO. Is what that term has been coined, which is awesome. So the thinking behind this is either you add that link or your Google will see these millions of bad links to your site, and it'll basically either take your site off of Google results or it'll just tank them and you won't be able to recover. So when that happens, now what do you do? So this is a perfect example of why this podcast is needed. So first, guess what, Jamie? What do?
You throw a shoe at the wall.
Yes. Then don't panic.
Oh.
Don't go and kick your dog or anything. Damn you. No.
Light some incense.
Understand that when you get an email and it's full of crazy English, it's from a Gmail account, you never talk to this person or whatever, that the likelihood of this happening is very small. So that's number one. Number two, don't ever reply to these things. Chances are it won't go anywhere, but why, poke that beast? Why piss off this person or whatever? Because, basically this is the same email sent to probably 10,000 different addresses at the same time. So don't reply back. That just means, hey, you got a good email address to attack. So don't do that. All right. Understand that although you can do this, like you can go to Fiverr and buy, thousands of links to your site or to another site. First, Google has officially said, we don't care. Unofficially. So we do kind of care. So you want to make sure that as you are building your website and your authority, you're also steadily building these backlinks, links from other sites to yours to increase your authority. So if you're part of any kind of organization, You want to make sure that that organization links back to you. A chamber of commerce, or any kind of national association of whatever you are. Any of those things will help your site and its authority. Make sense?
Yeah, definitely. Why not just remove your email address from your website? I've seen plenty of people like phonetically spell it out, or
Sure.
like Jamie@solarharmonics.com, but dot is spelled DOT and the at is AT and that kind of stuff. So it messes up those bots.
Yeah, good luck. I don't think there's really any way. All of us generally have some kind of spam protection at the server level. That means, at wherever you're paying for your email to be, and you should be paying for your email to be hosted somewhere. Don't use a Gmail address for your email. But paying for a host, there will be some kind of included spam filter. But these are, it's very tough to stop these things. So understand that just removing your email address from your website, it's still going to get through. No problems.
Thank
All
you.
right. So first is preparing for these things, and that's building a backlink profile with solid backlinks. Those are really important. You can use press releases, or like I said, reach out to your national or local organizations for links. That's great. Do kind of a link exchange with anyone in your networking groups, that kind of stuff. Next, periodically go to a site like Ahrefs. So Ahrefs is ahrefs.com. And you can just, there is a free backlink scanner, basically, that will scan your site and it'll spit out a list of what sites are linking to yours. Now, take a look at that list. It'll be in a spreadsheet and you'll be able to look at it all. If there are a ton of links that you just don't know, like they're from Viagra sites or gambling sites or any kind of adult site, you definitely want to pay attention to those links, because Google, even though they say they don't, they do. So those are low quality and spammy links to your site, and we just want to kind of distance ourselves from those. And how do you do that? So in a past episode, we talked about how you can go to your Google Search Console, which is should be set up. It's a Google property that basically tracks your ranking and all this stuff. Really, really great tool to have set up for your site. Anyway, you can go there. You can click on the disavow links page. So you can also just search for how to do this, by the way. Just click on disavow links page. You'll be taken to a page where you can either individually add one of those adult links that you don't want to be linking to your site, or a whole spreadsheet of them. And you can submit that to Google. They will say, okay, we got it. And eventually they will disavow those for you. So it's a pretty simple thing to do. And as a business owner, I know you're busy, but this is probably, once every couple months, go to Ahrefs, scan your site. It's free. Why not take advantage of it and save yourself this headache?
Will you have these in the show notes?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All this stuff is out there because, this blackmail scam, basically, it's been around for 10 plus years. And it is weirdly effective, I think. So some people do get, spooked by this. So, this is why I wanted to talk about it. There's a way to protect yourself, a way to stay aware, and then what to do if it happens.
Okay.
Easy. That's all I got, Jamie.
Oh, wow.
Fast, right? Unless you have any questions.
Oh, yeah. So what happens when one of these spam companies spams another spam company? Do they just make a Reese's peanut butter cup of spam deliciousness, or do they fight each other? Or?
Funny you should ask, because a lot of times this is a way to hurt another agency's reputation. So on the bottom of that email that you got from in Crazy English, many times they will have an agency name, address, and website on that email signature, right? And you're like, oh, okay, it's, big media. from.com. Okay, so now I have the culprit. So I'm going to report that culprit, and I'm going to, get angry and file a lawsuit against that culprit. Guess what? It's not from them. So it's a way another negative SEO tactic is to do this to hurt other agencies. Yeah.
Sounds like you have some experience with this.
Not yet. Thank you very much. We're all good, bro.
All right.
But I have seen that, and it's when you do you can spoof a lot of things on email. You can spoof the from, who it's sent from. You can obviously add whatever signature you want to these things. So if it says it's from whatever Intuit or Apple.com, you got to go, wait a second. Is this really from Apple? Right? It's all spoofable. So you just got to be careful. Use common sense. Don't take everything on face value.
Yeah. If I was an enterprising young attorney, I think I'd do a class action lawsuit against Mr. Google and say, hey, Joe,
I know
what's
that
up with this?
You can really use Gmail. You can automate Gmail to send out a lot of these emails. And I know services that do. So yeah, it's one thing. I wish Google would definitely crack down on this.
You would think all they need is one competitor. So adamsearchengine.com.
You've never heard of Bing? What do you mean? It's not the search engine part of this. It's the address, the email part of this. Yep. That's all I got. All right.
Then everyone's going to switch their emails.
They should. Idea. You definitely should not be using a free email service, because if it's free, it means they're selling your data.
Interesting.
You are the product.
Beautiful. All right. Come on, Yang Gang. All right. We'll wrap it up there. Thank you very much, Adam. It was great information as usual. If you know someone who has a business and they are struggling, you hear about anything, definitely turn them on to this podcast, because it will save them not only time, but money and aggravation. So all of the websites that Adam noted will be in the show notes. So check those out. If you have an idea for or a question about an upcoming podcast, please feel free to message us on our Facebook page, Local SEO, or our LinkedIn page. And then make sure to give us thumbs up, 5-star review wherever you're listening to this. And if you want to, you can, if you're so inclined, you can go on to magnifiedmedia.net, click on the podcast button there, and you can search for virtually any topic in search engine optimization. Chances are there is a podcast about it. So with that, we will talk to you next week.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.